All right, you guys, we are back. It's your boy Q, and up next we have Drake haters want him banned on LA radio. Shout out to Hello Yassine for the video. Now it's been on two occasions that TDE artists have gone to perform at this venue, and obviously the show was canceled because of the beef and how it ended, and just the trolling that everyone's done to Drake right now, and the hate he's been receiving, and the PDF allegations and all that stuff. He would feel a certain way. He's always kind of been known to be petty and a little sensitive when it comes to any type of criticism, which kind of dude, it's part of the game. Like, you're a public figure. Once you put your art out there, it's now open for criticism, and then there's really nothing you can do. Like, you can't just love all the adoration and the praise and balk at the criticism. It's two sides of the coin. This is what happens when you're living the life of a public figure. So yeah, but yeah, it's been crazy. So because those two artists were banned, which honestly I think at the very least don't book with them, because even if it's not Drake and it's just a promoter, the last thing you want to do is keep doing it to the fans. Like, I can only imagine these people get so excited. It's oh, one of their favorite artists or just an act they love is coming into town. They buy their tickets. They're preparing, and a day or two ahead of time it's canceled. Enough dilly-dallying. We're going to jump right into the video. Again, it's entitled Drake Haters Want Him Banned on LA Radio.
What's poppin', y'all? This is the worst level of news we've gotten when it comes to the Kendrick Drake aftermath with the fans. I'm going to play you guys the clip. First, some slight context. This is an LA radio DJ that was playing some Drake music, not even a Drake diss, from what I can gather, and a fan calls in to the radio station. And
he's going to be doing these records with Bad Bunny again.
It says the following. So let's roll the clip.
So look, so we playing Drake, right? Look at this call I just got. Check this out. Hold on, wait.
Man, I'm trying to figure out how you playing a white boy to stick the white boy on a nigga in Canada. How the fuck you playing him on the West Coast, man? What kind of nigga is you?
Yeah, dude, this call is crazy. It's crazy, but honestly, it's to be expected. You're playing this in LA. What did you think was gonna happen? Bam! Even if Drake drops something that's good or decent, it's still gonna get a huge amount of dislikes just cause it's that time. I've said multiple times, once you're uncool, you're uncool. It's happened many a times. In other genres, it's not just something isolated to rap. It's happened to the Creeds, the Coldplays, and I say this all the time. So it's yeah, man, it's looking rough. It's definitely unfamiliar territory. To not be able to play Drake's music somewhere, anywhere, we would have never thought that 4 or 5 years ago, you know?
Dog, I don't control this, man. It's just this is what I'm told to play. You know, I'm from LA. I wouldn't play it if I was.
You got
a playlist.
You got to tell your boss.
Hey,
It's a different.
Most of these stations, if they're legit, have a music director and they basically put the whole list of songs that they want to play together. At the end of the day, they only play music because they want you to listen to the ads. That's what really all entertainment really is. They're just taking the content that keep you on their platform, just like how social media is. That's how TV is. If they can literally play a 24-hour loop of just ads, they would, because that's how they get paid. That's who sponsors the shows too. Listen to some of those sitcoms, oh, this show is sponsored to you by da 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 da, whatever it may be. And that's just how the game is run. It's all, dude, it's all for profit. So yeah, he's just given a list and he has to play it. And a lot of times, honestly, the thing is already pre-recorded, already preset. I have friends in radio, and that was always the case.
Culture with this shit. Don't be playing that shit over here on this. Come on, man.
Hey,
this dude he's real though.
Oh, come on, man. It ain't that deep. I don't think it's that
violence.
deep. But I feel
Man,
you though,
you better
man.
keep that nigga off air on the West, nigga.
On God in heaven. Okay, I'll let them know.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds so threatening the way you said it, fam. That was as clear a warning as I've ever heard.
I'll send a message through.
This is insane.
Yeah, bro.
So I was already critical of the Houston situation under certain prerequisites. So for example, I can somewhat to a degree, we can chalk it up to the game where they're saying, hey, we don't want these diss tracks being played by these artists, right? Especially when maybe we have business with Drake.
Violence shouldn't be a consideration, though. That's the one thing I would say.
And this is making him look very, very, very bad. And I can understand vice versa in Not Like Us. or Euphoria being played in Toronto or, hell, maybe a bunch of different places in Canada?
It's because, honestly, that goes against the whole narrative that they're trying to push him and Gordo, that he's unfazed. Even Yachty's coming out saying he's unfazed from the beef. And there's rumors that the only reason he's pissed off is because, like, the PDF, like, allegations, like, bars have, like, definitely stuck. Like, the dude's never really been caught with anything that's like PDF. Yeah, he's been a creep with like younger women and stuff like that, but they were of age. But the PDF rumors have freaking stuck, fam. Like, and once you get that on you, it's like a stink that really never goes away. Like, there's a reason why. Obviously, I understand why he'd be pissed for that, like having stuck. Like, none of the bars he threw at Kendrick really stuck like that, you know, like at all.
However, this is the first time we're seeing, and it's from Kendrick Lamar's side, not Kendrick Lamar's team, but these Kendrick Lamar fans / stans, where they're saying, yo, you can't be playing Drake at all here. Not even music that has anything to do with the diss. And they're like, yeah,
For
that
real.
white boy,
Not
this
his
person
records, not a
is an
feature
actual
record.
bot. This is a perfect example of somebody where you feed them a narrative and they buy into the narrative and they echo that same narrative
agree.
and are incapable of thinking to themselves, if the radio station isn't playing Drake, what are the hits that they're going to play? I promise you, the radio stations are going to go down if they're playing Kendrick Lamar all day.
At the end of the day, like I said, they're about money. He still gets a huge amount of streams. It's because most casuals really don't care, and like the international market really don't care. So when you're trying to get a wider umbrella, you're gonna play the guy that has like the countless hits. Like, it's part of the game, man. It's all about the cash. Like, dude, Drake gets people to tune in. Like, the moms that are driving, you know what I mean? They can play the safe music that doesn't offend anybody. But yeah, I'm just chalking it up to that's the game, bro.
Day, I can promise you that. Like, how many hits does Kendrick Lamar really have over a 10+ year span? And then you've got the breadth of hits.
He got hits, but you
that
can't
Drake
pull
has.
out a full
This
like.
is ridiculous.
But they're making it seem like there aren't a bunch of other artists, obviously. But it's just that, yeah, Drake has amassed so many records.
And then he says, oh yeah, you gotta let your boss know. Man, I guarantee you that person, he's not letting his boss know a damn thing. Not the DJ, the person that's calling in. Yeah, he shows up to work, he keeps his mouth shut, he does his work, and he goes home to collect his paycheck. And he's telling this guy, yeah, you gotta let your boss know this is the West Coast. We not letting him
Yeah, that's not how
play
it
over
goes.
here.
The music directors is basically God in these radio stations. Basically, that's Ebro's position. That's like, dude, you're calling all the shots. Like, you're deciding who they're interviewing. You're deciding, for the most, obviously, you do take insight from others and stuff like that. But you're the go-to guy. So yeah, man, it's fucking hilarious, dude.
Y'all been playing Drake for 10+ years.
A Drake without the beard looked like a thumb.
And then now you want to take this narrative? Drake wasn't this white boy, quote unquote, for the past 10 years that you've been enjoying his hit songs, but now he is? Okay, come on now.
Yeah, it's revisionist history, man. You can't deny the fact that the dude was everywhere for a very long time, and his name was always in like the conversation for like hottest artist of the year. So you can't 15 years later retroactively go and like, this ain't Marvel, you know what I mean? This ain't the fucking multiverse. You can't just erase timelines. He was popping. He was very, very popping. Now he's in very unfamiliar territory where it's like his things are like, dude, getting like unproportional amount of like dislikes to likes, which has never really happened. And it's like every record, even the Drake stimulus package hasn't been hitting. He just dropped that record with Camila Cabello. He had 2 on there. I think the top one ended, if I'm not mistaken, like it didn't go anywhere higher than 70, I believe. And the next week it was literally out. It was out. It was out of the running. It wasn't even on Billboard anymore. So that's very, very telling. When usually you get something from him and it's #1 for like weeks. But she definitely did kind of switch her sound. Who knows if that had something to do with it. But yeah, she was like following the trends of now. Having Playboy Cardi and Drake on there.
Now, just because Kendrick Lamar said so, or a bunch of fans said so about Kendrick Lamar, I think the person that really pushed this was Rick Ross, because he verbalized it a lot more as opposed to Kendrick Lamar. He just dropped it in the
white
song.
Boy.
He wasn't, I don't even really think he was calling him a white boy. Yeah, that's strictly Rick Ross.
Yeah, Kendrick's not getting at Drake about like the race thing. It's he's not of the culture. That's where the not like us comes into play.
I was putting that out there. Now you've got DJs having people call them, telling them not to play this. This is out of the norm. This is out of the ordinary.
It's the
but I
parasocial
will say,
relationship.
we have not seen Aubrey's Angels, the Drake stands. What else do they call them? Yeah, I think they call them Aubrey's Angels. We haven't seen them do any behavior like this so far.
Nah, they wilding out. They wilding out. They wilding out as well. So there's just way more people on the Kendrick side right now. For a fact, at least for what we're seeing and on social media and stuff like that. Like I was saying earlier, most people around the world don't really care. Like a person in Morocco doesn't care who won the just play me this bop. The person at Target shopping, you know what I mean, doesn't care what they playing. Somebody at Target isn't complaining about like Drake being played while they're shopping their aisles, like getting their like kombucha and shit.
The Kendrick Lamar song. I haven't seen a Drake stan say, yo, why are these guys playing Humble? I get that off the airwaves. Granted.
They just say
radio
that
stations,
Kendrick is going to go away.
How
if
many
it wasn't
Kendrick
for,
Lamar
for Drake.
songs are they ever playing?
He won't be listening.
And this is
without
where
Drake.
we can't lie. When we need hits, we're probably thinking of 15 to 25 different names before we come to the Kendrick Lamar name. And that's not disrespect to Kendrick Lamar, right? Mm-hmm. But if someone says, yo, we need hits, man, I'm thinking Post
Future.
Malone. I'm thinking Tyga before I think of Kendrick Lamar.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I will say this. I give Tyga his credit. Every few years, he'll sneak in a little hit. You know what I mean? He definitely always goes towards that same like sound, though. That like taste, like sound. Pause. But yeah, like that. Yeah, he definitely goes for that, like the West Coast club record. But I've never brought up Tyga and like who has the most hits. Like Kendrick would be, dude. Kendrick is still elite, fam. This is crazy.
And I think Kendrick Lamar would agree himself. So we got to take this notion of, yes, Kendrick Lamar won the beef, but we're not going to start claiming like Kendrick Lamar is the guy for hits. He has hits, yes. I think he has a good amount of hits ratio-wise for a person that drops.
Dude, you're just so much more prolific that you're going to amass way more records. And out of those records, there's going to be more hits, obviously.
Projects that are like straight album projects that are meant to be listened to in a certain order. But when we get to it, he's not. Young Thug would probably have more hits. Gun Up got more hits than, what's his name? Kendrick Lamar.
But don't bring up Tyga.
But this is getting too far. I was walking home yesterday I had to drop my car off. Well, it's not even my car. I had to drop a car that I'm driving off to get fixed. And I'm walking back home, and there's this guy just driving down, windows down, just listening to Not Like Us. So people aren't tired of that song. He was listening to it in his own car, jamming to it, driving down the street. So people still are enjoying the song. And this is...
Man, the song is still like top 4 in the country, like overall, not like on a hip-hop chart. I mean, it's surprising. And even the whole like, oh, like that song's not going up when it plays in like Toronto. Man, we all saw the DJ Scheme like video where he was playing it during his set and the crowd was singing it word for word. Some of them were offbeat, but you know what? I'll give it to them. They have heart, and that's what counts. It's a thought that counts, you know? But like, dude, that goes to show you, dude, if Kendrick were to go and do an arena over there, he would shut Toronto down that weekend. And I really don't think you can really dispute that. Like, I think Kendrick will be fine. He'll kill it. And I think, honestly, it may look exactly how his Ken and Friends show looked as far as like level of energy and just the crowd participation and stuff like that. And nothing to this point would like honestly tell me otherwise.
Yeah, we're going to be hearing this song so much. Or we're still going to be seeing it on the charts for a very long time. But this situation got me...
Album hasn't even come out yet.
Looking like, what the hell is going on here?
Right.
And I wonder if it will be a problem for Drake now. Or if this is just a disgruntled fan. Another thing I will say... The person calling in, for sure older. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was late 30s, maybe even 40s. Because he wasn't even doing it for any clout. So it's not like he opened up a TikTok video and he's in his car and he's like, yo, can you believe...
Nah, he really felt that. The emotion and passion in his voice like reflected that, definitely.
Leave this radio station. I'm in LA. I've been in LA, blah, 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 this long. You know, we got this culture. And this radio station, this DJ got the nerve to be playing these Drake songs. Meanwhile, what just happened? Can you believe that? And then the person would post it up and it would get shared around. He didn't do that. He didn't even expect anybody else to see this. The reason why I say that is a lot of what drives people to make certain comments, certain videos, certain replies is the fact that other people are seeing it. And they're saying, hey, this will trigger a bunch of...
Of course. Well, that's what like rage baiting is on the internet. And like, dude, some of these people will post a ridiculous comment just for it to get seen. That's just the nature of the game of social media, fam, and trolls.
Of engagement. So if they didn't know that they would get engagement or potential virality out of what they're saying, doing, recording,
a
lot of people wouldn't put anything out. And that circles back to how authentic this guy's opinion was to him, because he didn't do that. He straight up called. He didn't expect anybody to know what he was saying, other than maybe other people listening on the radio station. But he didn't expect it to go as wide as it did. And he called the guy specifically to let him know.
Pause.
So he was disturbed by this on a personal level. Like, I can't believe this DJ's doing this. Like, did someone not put him up on game? Did someone not give him the memo? We not playing Drake over here. Well, good luck. What will you be playing? You're going to dust off some Jay-Z Blueprint tracks?
Nah, bro, you're fucking dragging it, fam. Obviously, there's a lot more records than that. It's just that, yeah, like, Drake does have a huge concentration of hits because the dude puts out a lot of stuff. And, yeah, the dude's a pop star. The dude has big records. It's going to be really tough for you to play, like, a venue or play, like, a club and not play a Drake record. You can probably get away with it, like, in a city like LA, but even then, like, dude, there's gonna be shorties that want to hear the Drake record, and they're gonna play it. That's just gonna happen, you know. It's just so crazy that people are trying to ban each other's music. That doesn't seem like the actions of somebody that's like unfazed by everything. Dude, I've enjoyed this beef so much. I'm in LA, and I've definitely felt like, dude, the energy experiencing the whole beef in LA has been, dude, it's been crazy because, dude, people really do connect with Kendrick.
That probably makes more sense. That's the era where this guy grew up in, or what? They're going to play YG all day? YG, Shoreline Mafia? What else? What other LA artists? They're going to start bringing up northern
Mafia's
artists
back.
like E40. Like, what are we doing, man? And with all due respect to those artists, but you need to throw some Drake in there. Otherwise, it's not like a filling sandwich, right? You got to...
Nah, you don't have to put in Drake. Like, there's enough records that are out right now that could fill up like the set list and at a radio station, definitely. But the bulk of, like I said earlier, the bulk of people are casuals, and dude, they love Drake.
Throw some carbs. It's like you've just got proteins and fats. You got no carbs on that. People are still not gonna feel
Sugar.
full. And I'm not a nutritionist.
Sugar on
I'm
your
just throwing
sandwich.
out some random things that I've heard when it came to that reference.
Which
But
is the
I
thing.
do feel like it was accurate. Don't let me know if I'm wrong, though. Please don't. I'd appreciate that a lot. So yeah, I think this will fade
That's
as
like a little
long
rage
as
baiting there, too.
it doesn't continuously get brought up by people that are involved with it, which is difficult because people that are involved or adjacent will continue to bring it up because
course.
they know it'll...
But the people that are calling up aren't like people that are involved or like affiliated with Drake at all. It's honestly, most of the people speaking are just fans. And like I was saying, like how, it's once you put your art out there, it is open to criticism. It's just nature of the game. But we can't really tell these people how to make their art, or it's not really up to us. If this is what like they want to do. I feel like the matchup was just bad. I don't think Drake properly planned everything out. I think he did feel like it was going to be like a cakewalk. Like a walk in the park, like I'm gonna do this real quick and I'll be right back to like finish my set over here. Like the dude was heavily mistaken, and I know he regrets it. He does say he's like unfazed from like the beef, but obviously not by the stuff he's doing, the trolling, the captions, the super sassy captions, the stories, the subliminals. Dude, you already was in like a actual beef with the dude. Like, to throw subs, bro, we're past that. If you're gonna engage. I'm gonna wear this Pac shirt. Whatever. These are all obviously like shades of like, dude, I'm gonna re-engage, and it's just a matter of time. And if we're seeing this, I think Kendrick's not seeing it. It's gonna be crazy. Honestly, don't ban nothing, because once you start banning stuff, it's like censored. I mean, if the dude is caught of doing some wild stuff, some real PDF stuff, then yeah, I say scrub it all. But that's what usually happens to these people. Scrub it, take them off playlists. When you take somebody off a playlist, you're knocking their streams down by 70-80%. That's why he gets a lot of these like spins as well. He's on some of the biggest playlists, every single one, from pop to like the rap. So like you're gonna generate a lot of views that way. People, honestly, like radio stations don't even matter anymore. It's get your stuff on like pop and playlists and you should be fine, at least streaming wise.
Generate them a lot of attention. I wouldn't say I'm fed up with the beef, but yo, Drake got packed up. It is what it is. W on Kendrick Lamar's record.
But Drake keeps trying to re-engage.
Now 1 and 2. The only person that he's ever beat was Meek Mill.
He dragged that on.
For all intents and purposes, probably wore a helmet growing up. So we can't.
Nah, we can't do him like that because early on that wasn't the case. I feel like that beef changed him. It changed his aura. He'll never be looked at the same. Like, at least he hasn't recovered yet. I always say that people are a hit away from changing the perception. But I feel like there's always a moment that Meek does that, like, gets put into the ethos, and it's like, it just makes him look crazy, fam. The dude is talented, but, like, dude, you're now like a walking meme generator. It's crazy.
I can't even look at that beef the same anymore. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Like, yeah, fam. I don't think you should ban any music. Let the people determine. If he really isn't it anymore, the market will determine that. Because honestly, people always say bots and stuff like that, but it's not bots. Like, they do bot obviously, but you can't fake the arenas, you can't fake that stuff like that. At the end of the day, people are still listening to him. The people that are saying that it's all bots and stuff like that, it's not. And we can't say that. No one can say that about Kendrick, obviously, because we saw what he did at that arena. But no one can say that with Drake because the dude is still selling out like arena after arena. Still, his new stuff is getting a lot of hate. But there's a lot of people that have those older records on like their playlist, and they just click play and that's it. So that's why he's getting a lot of these streams, and he's still coming out as like the top like stream getter, like monthly anyway. It's because of that. That's why he has so many streams. Yeah, I don't think they should ban the music. Let the market decide it for himself. If it really is that they're uncool like that, like I said, this happened before in many other genres. These people fall out of favor. Look at a Coldplay or a Creed. These bands were some of the biggest bands in the world, and now they don't get nowhere near the amount of exposure because, like, once you get seemed as like corny or uncool, like, it's so hard to, like, dude, it's so hard to take that stink off you. It's just how the nature of how things work. Really, the only people that can really stay forever is like these fashion houses because they can weather the storm of being uncool. They can go 20, 30 years without being the fashion brand. They can go 20, 30 years without being the fashion house. That's how they can survive because we see it all the time in like hip hop based brands like a Fubu or a Rockaware that once they're uncool, but they can't survive 10 years of like low sales. They shut down. I don't think, like I said, I don't think they should ban him. I don't think anyone should be banned. You should just let the market decide for themselves. It does come off as like kind of like petty. The beef really did get personal. Like, dude, Kendrick had a lot of shit said about him too as well that like obviously would have him feeling a certain way. But we're not seeing that from him. So with all these things like this or like the cancellation of the shows in Toronto, it shows me that you are affected and everyone is thinking the same thing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are always freaking awesome. I hope you guys love the video and I hope to see you guys soon.